And I've had this plaque around my house for the last 15 years. It says, "Be still and know that I'm God." It's been a super sweet plaque, especially since our women's ministry has really grown in our house. We have 4 daughters. And Lucy is here. She's our oldest. She's 9. And it's really loud in our house. I mean, there's 5 females. Y'all like to talk. I'm an introvert. There's a lot of words, a lot of talking. And so now that I would go into my room, I would shut the door, turn on the industrial size fan, and I would look at that plaque and I'd be like, "Be still." And that plaque changed for me when we were doing a Psalms record. And I started to look what's behind the backdrop of "Be Still and Know That I'm God." Got my Spurgeon commentary out, like any good musician would, and a couple other commentaries. And I just read, and briefly, the backdrop of "Be Still and Know That I Am God." This comes out of the Psalm of Trouble. It's what church history knows as the Psalm of Trouble. And in short, King Hezekiah, you can check my work here later, 2 Chronicles, 2 Kings, it's both spots. King Hezekiah and the nation of Judah had built walls around their city because the Assyrian army was coming to get them. And they had defeated nation after nation after nation after nation. And they came mocking this Lord of hosts. Oh, King Hezekiah's Lord of hosts. Just like the other nation's Lord of hosts, and the other nation's Lord of hosts, and the other nation's Lord of hosts. And they came mocking him. And this needs to be a movie. Somebody needs to do it. It comes down to an evening. So hundreds of thousands of Assyrian warriors, quite possibly the most fierce army that the world has ever known, they're there at the walls last night. King Hezekiah does what I assume most of us would do, goes to God in prayer. And he says, "God, you've created the heavens and the earth, and unless you come, we're all going to die." And through the prophet Isaiah, he prays to God. And God, through the prophet Isaiah, responds. And it's a long response, but at the end, God says, "It's going to be okay." I just love to be there. I mean, just think of the noise around the city. I mean, it's like 3 a.m., 4, I don't know. How long did all that take? It's the middle of the night. It's going to be okay. I'm going to fight the battle for you. And what would have made sense, because the Lord of hosts is like the chorus of the psalm. It's not a long psalm. It happens 3 times. It would have made sense if like a host of angels, like a myriad of angels, like 10,000 angels showed up. Several 100,000 men, 10,000 angels, boom. But just one angel shows up, middle of the night. The Bible calls this angel the angel of the Lord. We sang about the angel of the Lord in Psalm 34 just a minute ago. We see the angel of the Lord in the book of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The angel of the Lord delivers them out of the fire furnace. We know the angel, not an angel, but the angel of the Lord to be the Son of God, Jesus Christ. So think about this. Jesus shows up and quite possibly in an instant annihilates 185,000 Assyrian warriors. 185,000. 2,500, 3,000 in here. 185,000 dead. And the sun comes up. And the king takes the people of Judah out on the battlefield. Imagine that battle. That wasn't really a battle, but out on the field. And waits till they all get out there. And this is where he sings for the first time the song of trouble. And he sings it over the nation of Judah and to all the nations. And he says, "Come behold the wonderful works of God. He makes desolations of nations. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow. He bends the spear. He burns the chariots with fire. Think about that. Be still and know that I'm God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted on the earth. The Lord of hosts is with you. The God of Jacob is your fortress.